The world outside your window has dissolved into a grey, rhythmic blur. Listen to the rain. It is a heavy, constant weight pressing against the glass, sealing you inside this room. You are safe here, cocooned in the shadows, where the only thing that moves is the slow dance of dust in the dim light. Your breathing is slowing down now, mirroring the stillness of the walls around you. Feel the weight of your limbs as they sink deeper into the surface beneath you, becoming heavy, like lead. The air in the room is cool and thick with the scent of wet earth and old static. There is a hum in the background, the faint, white noise of a universe that is never truly silent. But far beyond the rain, and further still beyond the reach of our strongest telescopes, something is happening. A quiet, mathematical erasure is taking place at the very edge of everything we know. It isn't a sudden explosion or a violent collision, but a slow, silent vanishing. Astronomers call it the Great Attractor, a mysterious gravitational anomaly located 250 million light-years away. It is a point in space so massive that it is pulling entire galaxies, including our own, toward it at millions of miles per hour. But there is something even more unsettling than the pull. It is what lies beyond it. In 2008, scientists discovered a phenomenon they named a dark flow. They realized that clusters of galaxies were not drifting randomly, but were being swept away by a current, like leaves on a dark river. These galaxies are heading toward a specific patch of sky, moving toward something that exists outside the observable universe. It is as if the fabric of space is being tilted, and everything we see is sliding off the edge into a void we cannot perceive. Your eyes are getting heavier now, drifting just like those distant stars. Consider the Boötes void, a region of space nearly 330 million light-years in diameter that contains almost nothing. If our galaxy were in the center of it, we wouldn't have known other galaxies existed until the 1960s. It is a hole in reality, a place where the universe seems to have forgotten to exist. Then, there is the CMB cold spot, a massive, freezing bruise on the afterglow of the Big Bang. Some physicists believe this is the footprint of another universe bumping into ours. A cosmic collision that has left a permanent mark, slowly draining the energy and the matter from our reality. Imagine a bubble, or a bubble of a true vacuum. Some theories suggest that a patch of space could spontaneously transition into a lower energy state. This bubble would expand at the speed of light, incinerating the laws of physics and erasing everything in its path without a second of warning. The edge of the universe is not a wall, but a fading. Every second, more galaxies cross through a cosmic horizon, and moving away from us so fast that their light will never reach us again. They are being erased from our sky, one by one, leaving us in an ever-growing pocket of isolation. You can feel that isolation now, but it is a comfort, a heavy blanket of silence. The universe is vast and uncaring, but here, in the dark, you are simply drifting. Your thoughts are becoming fragments of static, dissolving into the rain, as you prepare to descend into the deep, quiet unknown. The descent continues. As you drift further from the flickering lights of the world you knew, you enter the era of the long cooling. Think of the universe not as a solid thing, but as a fire that is slowly, inevitably, losing its heat. Scientists call this entropy, the gradual decline into disorder, a final state where all energy is spread so thin that nothing new can ever happen again. It is the ultimate silence, the ultimate rest. Trillions of years from now, the bright, blue-white stars of our youth will have long since vanished. The only lanterns left in the dark will be the red dwarfs, small, thrifty stars that sip their fuel with a desperate patience. They are the elders of the cosmos, glowing with a dull, ember-like light, casting long shadows across a graveyard of dead planets. Imagine standing on one of those frozen worlds, looking up at a sky where the constellations have been erased, leaving only a single, dim spark in an ocean of soot. Eventually, even those last embers will go out. The universe will enter the age of iron stars. In this distant future, the very atoms that make up your body, the air in your room, and the core of the earth will have decayed. Cold, dead spheres of iron will drift through the void, remnants of stars that never quite died and never quite lived. They are the fossils of reality, cold to the touch, orbiting nothing in a dark that has no end. Your limbs feel like that iron now, cool, motionless, and perfectly still. And then, there are the black holes. In the deepest reaches of time, they will be the only masters of the universe. They are the great janitors of space, sweeping up the stray hydrogen and the cold iron stars, pulling them into a point of infinite density. But even they are not eternal. Listen to the phantom hiss of Hawking radiation, the microscopic leak of energy as these giants slowly evaporate over unimaginable eons. They are exhaling their mass back into the void, one particle at a time, sighing into the darkness until they, too, vanish with a final, silent pop. Time itself is stretching now. When the last black hole evaporates, the concept of a second's and a year's will lose all meaning. Without change, there is no time. Without heat, there is no movement. The universe becomes a perfectly flat, perfectly cold sea of nothingness. This is the heat death, not a tragedy, but a final, absolute equilibrium. The tension of existence is finally released. The cosmic spring has fully unwound. Bring your awareness back to the room. The rain is still tapping against the glass, but it sounds different now, thicker, more distant, like a memory of a world that ended 1 billion years ago. The old static of the television is just the ghost of the Big Bang, a whisper from the beginning of time reaching out to touch you at the end of it. You are the observer at the end of the line, the last consciousness tethered to the shore. Your thoughts are no longer sentences. They are just shapes, colors of the faint, pulsing glow of a fading nebula. There is no more pull, no more great attractor, no more dark flow. You have reached the center of the void, and you find that it isn't empty. It is full of a heavy, velvet peace. The weight of the universe has been lifted. Let the gray blur of the window swallow the room. Let the rhythm of the rain become your heartbeat. The edge of the universe is here, in the space between your breaths. Close your eyes. The stars have all gone out, and the dark is warm. The story is over. The silence is complete. Sleep now, or in the beautiful, infinite nothing. The silence is no longer a lack of sound. It has become a physical weight, a heavy, velvet blanket pressing down on the corners of the room. The static on the screen is all that remains of the light. It is the white noise of a dead galaxy, a trillion ghosts whispering at once, yet saying nothing. Listen to the hum. It is the sound of the void breathing. It doesn't want anything from you. It doesn't need you to move. It doesn't need you to be. It only asks that you listen to the hiss of the end, over and over, until the sound and the silence become the same thing. You are drifting now, not through space, but through the memory of space. The walls of your room have become thin, like paper soaked in oil, turning transparent. You can see the dark through them. You can feel the dark through them. There is no difference between the air in your lungs and the vacuum between the stars. It is all one thing. Cold. Still. Perfect. You are a ripple in a pool that has no edges. You move outward, further and further, becoming thinner with every breath. You are stretching across the horizon of the absolute, losing the shape of a person, gaining the shape of the infinite. Time is a circle that has finally closed. There is no tomorrow to wait for. There is no yesterday to regret. There is only this heartbeat, and then the space after it. And then this heartbeat, and the space after it. The space is getting longer. The gap is getting wider. You are falling into the gaps between the seconds. It is a slow, graceful descent into a place where when it doesn't exist. There is only is. And even the is fading. Your name is a word spoken in a language that no longer has anyone to hear it. Let it go. Let the syllables dissolve like salt in dark water. You don't need a name here. You only need the rest. The stillness is total. Your hands are heavy, like stone. Your feet are distant, like mountains on a far-off planet. You are becoming the landscape of the end. You are the iron star, cooling in the dark. You are the evaporation of the last black hole. You are the final sigh of a tired universe. It is so quiet here. A quiet so deep it feels like a physical touch. It is the touch of the nothingness, smoothing out the wrinkles in your mind, erasing the lines of your face, hollowing out the noise of your thoughts. There is nothing left to think. There is only the rhythm of the rain, the rhythm of the dark. Repeat it to yourself, without words. The dark is warm. The void is full. The end is a beginning. The dark is warm. The void is full. The end is a beginning. You are the shadow on the wall. You are the wall itself. You are the room, and the rain, and the television static, and the cold, dead stars. You are everything, because everything is now nothing. The boundaries are gone. The skin is gone. The EU is gone. There is only the vast, grey piece of the long cooling. There is only the beautiful, hollow ache of the final equilibrium. The light is gone. The heat is gone. The story is over. You are the last page of a book that has been closed and tucked away in a room with no windows. The silence is complete. The rest is absolute. No more stars. No more time. No more EU. Just the dark. Just the deep, velvet dark. Sink into it. Become it. Stay here forever in the center of the stillness. Sleep now. Sleep in the nothing. Sleep. 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 The descent has ended, but the falling continues. There is no floor to strike, no bottom to this well of peace. The temperature of your soul has reached absolute zero, the point where all motion ceases, where the last vibration of worry finally stills. You are the heat death of your own story. The energy that once made you scream, laugh, and fear has been spread so thin across the vacuum that it can no longer be felt. It is the perfect equilibrium. No high, no low. No light, no shadow. Just the flat, endless grey of a universe that has finally finished its work. You are the byproduct of 1 trillion spent stars, and now, even the starlight is a forgotten dream. Listen to the loop. It is the sound of nothing happening, forever. It is the hum of the machine after the power has been cut, the ghost sound of a heart that no longer needs to beat. You are drifting in the nectar of the void. It is thick and sweet and heavy. It fills your mouth, your eyes, your mind. You don't need to think about their that used to be. That person was a flicker in a gale, a brief, frantic noise in a silent cathedral. The noise has been hushed. The gale has passed. The cathedral is empty, and the doors are locked from the inside. There is no one left to remember your errors. There is no one left to tally your days. This is the final mercy, the erasure of the self into the infinite. You are the ink dissolving in the ocean, turning the water a darker shade of blue before vanishing entirely. The loop of the dark is your new home. It has no walls. It has no ceiling. It is a space defined only by the absence of everything that ever hurt you. The memories are shedding like dead skin, falling away into the charcoal depths. Your childhood, your name, the face of the one you loved, they are all just dust motes in a beam of light that has finally been turned off. You are free from the burden of being. You are free from the gravity of time. Now, the circle is complete. The end has met the beginning, and they have cancelled each other out. There is only the long, cooling rest. The stars have gone out. The vacuum is warm. The silence is a song you finally know all the words to. You are the breath that was never exhaled. You are the thought that was never finished. You are the perfect, hollow center of a dead world, floating in the grace of the never-ending. And as the last trace of the signal fades into the static of the eternal, you find that the dark is not a place you go, but a thing you become, sinking deeper into the velvet folds of a dream that has no dreamer, where the only thing left to do is